Welcome to Crafty Kids at Kingston Libraries. My name is Debbie and today we're going to make a nature or seascape. What's that, you ask? Well, here is an example right here. To start off with, I have made some Play-Doh. And this is incredibly easy to make. It's got ingredients that you would have at home. So what you need is 2 cups of plain flour, 1 cup of salt, combine this in a bowl, a teaspoon of food colouring. I only had blue at home, so I used blue, and a tablespoon of oil. That's all the ingredients you need. Put it all in a bowl, mix it around, keep mixing, and it looks something like this. So it's very malleable. Now, if you don't want to do a naturescape or seascape, something else you could do is actually make some little shapes that you can put in the oven. So what you do is you just get a shape, just get a mould of it, press it down and get yourself a shape. I've got lots of lovely shapes, but I'm just going to use a little circle here. I'm going to put that on some baking paper. I'll make a whole selection of them. You might like to do a shoe or maybe a teddy bear. Pop it in the oven for 45 minutes on 180 degrees and it'll be a nice solid shape when it's finished baking. Okay, but today let's have a go at making our own naturescape. All right, now this was in the recycling bin. I retrieved it, so it's just a bit of polystyrene. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press this all out like so. So if it's a bit thick in places, just split it up, press it out. So this is going to be our base, and then we'll be able to add things to it and they won't move. As you can see, they don't move. I did this a few days ago. Okay, so I'm just pressing this out. And so I've decided I'm going to do a seascape because of the blue food colouring that I used, and I'm very lucky because I live by the beach, and I'm sure a lot of you do too. So when you walk down to the beach, you can do some what they call beach combing and find all sorts of interesting things, particularly after there's been a lot of rain or a lot of wind. All right, so I'm just going to put a little bit more over here. It's a little bit thick in places. There we are. So I think that looks pretty good. Just evening it up so it's all blue like the blue sea. All right, so I took a bag with me, or you can take an ice cream container, and I filled it with lots of different interesting things, like a beautiful shell. I found some seaweed, which will look very interesting on our seascape. I found some sponges, which again look very interesting, just different textures. And that's a bit of driftwood, and that's some glass, which isn't sharp. It's been in the sea for a long time, so it's got to become frosted. Here's some other bits I found. I found some more glass, but lots of lovely different shells. Some with little holes in them, some with patterns. So I'm just going to start constructing. So have a look at it. You might like to have something in the middle. So I might actually start with my driftwood. I'm going to sit it like that and see how that sits really well in the Play-Doh. And I might decide to rest the shell there. Again, just press it in lightly. I might actually use the seaweed as just to go around the edge of my seascape, like so. And look at this interesting sponge as well. It's sort of orange. It almost looks like a tree, doesn't it? I'm just going to press that into there. And this is a very interesting shell too. And I might actually use some of the shells to edge some of my creation here. Here's another sponge which is very interesting in colour. Some more sponge, so I'm going to pop that there. I'm having lots of fun doing this. There we go. It's smelling very, very seaweedy, or very like the sea. Some more shells. Just going to do almost like a fence pattern here. Just got a few more shells here, but I'm also going to make use of a little nature walk that I did. So it's going to be a seascape / nature walk, and I live near a lovely park. So doesn't this add some really interesting, so this is a banksia. So I'm going to pop that in there. So it's going to add a bit of height. Actually, I might just pop that in there, and that might, there we go. That kind of holds it all up there. That's probably a bit big. I'm going to use some of these ones, some of these cones, which you don't have to stand with, you can actually have them lying down. Actually makes it quite interesting. So it's a very textural seascape. So, and you can let that sit, and the Play-Doh will actually dry, but everything will sit nicely in. Have a look at it, see if you're happy with it. That's what it looks like when it's all finished. But if you're not happy with it, you can move things around. I'm going to add that one to there, and I think I will just add one more thing to finish it off with a final flourish. And there we have our seascape come naturescape. Hope you had fun, and I hope you have fun going around your neighbourhood and picking up bits and pieces to create your own. The recipe for the Play-Doh will be on our website, so I look forward to you having a go, and I hope to see you another time for another art lesson. Okay, bye for now.